Hello, I'm Joanna Isolin. I'm from the group 8, and today I'm going to talk about Petra City. Petra City, or also called the Pink City, is an ancient Near Eastern city carved into the rocks. Petra is a rich archaeological site from the time of the Nabateans, combining Western and Eastern elements. Temples, tombs, dams, and canals are combined with a unique landscape of red sandstone. That is why it has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1985 and has been on the list of the new 7 wonders of the world since 2007. This city is part of the art movement of ancient art. Ancient art is a significant period in art history that spans from around 300 before Christ to 300 after Christ. It includes artworks created in various ancient civilizations like Egypt, Rome, Greece, and Mesopotamia. Ancient art has had a tremendous influence on subsequent artistic periods and has formed the basis for many artistic principles and techniques. The art expression of Petra City is architecture. And now that we know all these general facts, we can inquire deeper in this topic. The name Petra means piedra in Spanish, but it's important to mention that not all the city is carved into the rocks. Free structures, such as the Great Temple, can be found. This city was found around the 4th century before Christ, although there are some scholars who think it was closer to the 2nd century before Christ. The city of Petra is located near the Gulf of Aqaba, between the Red Sea and the Dead Sea in Jordan. This point was an important crossroad for trade routes of antiquity, thanks to the fact that it offered good water channeling and safety conditions. That was the reason why Petra became the site of a great engineering and architectural feat in the midst of exceptional natural conditions. All these buildings have something in common. They are made of sandstone, a lithium stone that gives varieties of colors, such as yellow, orange, and pink. The most emblematic points of this city that I would like to talk about are the Sikh, or the well that is Petra's Gate, Al-Kasnei, or Treasure of Petra, Ad Deir, or the monastery, the royal tombs, Silk Tomb, Streets of Facades, Theatre of Petra, and the Great Temple. The Sikh is the main road that leads to the city of Petra. It is a winding road open between the sandstone rock, which is 1.2 kilometers long. The maximum height of the road reaches about 3 meters, and its depth, with respect to the height of the rocks, can be up to 70 meters. Along the way, you can see the canals for the distribution of the water, built in the time of the Nabateans. The canals consisted of clay pipes to the channeled water from the so-called Moses Spring, located in Wadi Musa, to Petra. The first building that is sited leaving the Sikh is the Treasure of Petra. It was built during the reign of Aretas IV, between 9 before Christ and 40 after Christ. Bedouins used to think that the treasures of a pharaoh were hidden in this place, which is why it is also known as the Pharaoh's tombs. It is a mausoleum excavated in the rock, which very possibly was a pilgrimage center. It is not known to whom it was dedicated, but it is believed that it must have been to a monarch. It is 25 meters wide and 39 meters high. The facade is divided into two levels. The lower level is supported by 6 Corinthian columns and has a pediment with a frieze decorated with floral motifs. The upper level has 2 false gables with a square base on the sides, and in the center one with a circular base, crowned with a 3.5 meters high urn. In the opening we find reliefs that also imitate the false gables. In each section there are figurative representations. It is believed that the central sculpture represents a goddess, which can be fertility, Al-Uza, or Isis. In addition, the facade is decorated with elements of Ptolemaic period, and originally bore a layer of Palicum stucco. The monastery was built in honor of King Obodas I on a plateau. It receives its name from the Bedouins, who found several crosses inscribed on the interior walls, dating from the Byzantine period. It is believed that this building was a place of worship, as there are not tombs inside. It is about 47 by 48 meters. Its style is more classical compared to the treasure of Petra, as it dispenses with the Corinthian columns and uses a more stylized variety of capital, known as the Nibitan capital. Here we can see an example. The facade is divided into 2 levels, and the upper one follows the model of Al-Kesnei. But unlike the latter, the ornaments of the entablature are geometric, so there are no traces of sculptures. Other structures surround the monastery, such as the other niches and cisterns, a rock slope with chambers and basins, the so-called Great Circle, which is a colored rock chamber, and a 15 by 9 meters worship hall in which a 3 by 4.50 meters niche is carved. This is located in front of At-Deir. The Royal Tombs. The Royal Tombs is a group of mausoleums built on the rocky mountainside, especially on the western lobe, which is called Jabal al-Kufta. Some of them stand out, such as the Yurna tomb, possibly made in the second half of the 1st century after Christ. They have a facade of 26 by 16.49 meters. It is preceded by a central door, flanked by 2 semi-columns and 2 pilasters of a quadra shaft each, with Nabatean capitals. In the spaces between columns there are 3 loculi, that is, burial niches. The interior chambers measures 18.95 by 17.15 meters. A Greek inscription informs that it was consecrated to Byzantine Christian worship in 446, which meant transforming its niches into apses. This building has also a hypostyle courtyard, of which only the northern section was properly preserved, whose column reached a height of 4.6 meters. The silk tomb is so named because of the vivid colors reflected in the rocks of its facade, reminiscent of an iridescent fabric. It follows a similar pattern to the other buildings. It is believed that the tomb is dedicated to a deity. The group of the facades is a group of small tombs. These are in rows superimposed in a staggered manner, and this road leads to the Theatre of Petra. The Theatre of Petra is a structure carved in the mountainside, located at the end of the street of the facades. It was probably built in the 1st century after Christ and enlarged during the Roman annexation. Its cavea has a capacity of approximately 8,000 persons. And at last, the Great Temple, one of the structures of Petra that is not carved into the rocks. Instead, it is a hypostyle building. Although it has the appearance of a Greek temple, the latest research shows that it possibly functioned as a reception room. Now that we know more about the city of Petra, its history, its structures, and the value and the meaning these structures has to the people that lived and centuries before there, we can conclude that the outstanding universal value of Petra resides in the vast extent of elaborate tombs and temples architecture, religious art places, the Roman tunnel, such as tunnels and division remains that combined with a vast networks of cisterns and reservoirs which controlled and conserved seasonal rains, and the extensive archaeological remains, including of copper mining, temples, churches, and other public buildings. The fusion of Hellenistic architectural facades with traditional Nabatean rock-cut temple tombs, including the Kasneh, the tomb, and the monastery, represents a unique artistic achievement and an outstanding architectural ensemble of the first centuries before Christ to after Christ. The varied archaeological remains and architectural monuments from the pre-Hispanic time to the medieval periods bear an exceptional testimony to the lost civilizations that succeed each other at the site. To end these presentations, I had 3 questions for you. The first one is, what other thing do you know about the history of the city of Petra? The second one is, why this place is considered as a new wonders of the world? The last one is, which one of the buildings is your favorite and what other information do you know about it?